my channel, Miss Criticizer 2021. Hope you all are doing well. Want to know who the winner is of Miss Grand? Do you think it's a well-deserved win? Please stay tuned. If you're here for the very first time, please don't forget to give your girl a like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell for all your pageant news. Miss Grand has ended, but we are also coming with Miss Universe, honey. So, 3 weeks. You know, Miss Grand is that type of pageant that it's like that ex-boyfriend of yours that treated you so badly and you just keep going back to him, back to him, back to him because it makes you feel good. That's the type of toxic relationship I have with Miss Grand. I hate their business model. I'm not going to lie. The pageant itself. But you cannot deny that their production is on a high level. The production of the live show on a high level. I also like that this is one of those pageants that this is the only pageant that I kind of get to know how the girls are in real life, that I get to know them on a personal level because there are so many behind the scene footages. It's a 3-week event and we see what's going on behind the scenes. Who is the star? Who is shining? They have all these events going on and we get to see the behind closed door interview. So that's what I loved about Miss Grand. Seriously. I love it. Yeah, I am going to miss it. But yeah, now let's get straight into it. I had to take notes because the time that goes into filming and editing. And I also want to give all my new subscribers a thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing on my channel, both on YouTube and both on TikTok. Y'all have shown me so much love. Thank you so much. So now let's get straight into it. The opening scene. Oh my god, with the golden dress. They look like little Greek goddesses. And then I heard an Arabic sound in the background, but I think it's rather Indian sound. When I tell you that they busted the choreography, and they put all the best dancers in the front. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. Because if it was me, even though I can dance, I said, listen, let me just be in the back. I don't want to commit a blunder. All of a sudden, I saw somebody flying in the sky. I said, who is that? Is it a bird? No. Is it an eagle? No. Is it a plane? No. Who is it? It's none other than CJ Opiosa. I said, CJ girl, you're a girl of many talents. I love CJ. Love, love, love CJ. So they were doing all the dance and all that. And then this is the time that everybody has to come, give their last introduction. It's your last time to shine. Brazil, Malaysia, Ghana, Indonesia, Philippines, Martinique. Everybody came through and they came to shine. And you know what? I'm proud of all these over 60 ladies, their contestants. They gave it their all. It's not easy, sleepless night. And you know what? Whatever happens, happens. You gave it your all. And I just like how everybody did that. I like how South Africa just did her half twirl. Some ladies, they showed their skills, their last skills. They're like, listen, I might not place, but let you see the last of me. Give it your all. Now, the exciting part that we've all been waiting. And also, I have to give out something. I need to say something because some of the ladies, they had terrible wigs. They had terrible wigs. They had terrible makeups. One thing about makeup, makeup is meant to enhance your beauty. It's meant to enhance what you already have. It's not meant to make your face harsh and terrible. You know, it's not meant to make your face terrible. For example, Denmark was looking like a 50-year-old Pamela Anderson version. She was looking like a 50-year-old sugar mommy. And then we had China. China, the makeup wasn't great. Her walk was also not great. She had one of the least interesting walk. Let me just say it, worst walk. But I like her personality. She's a sweetheart. Then Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic actually did well. You know, she is the star. But I need to give an advice to the Dominican Republic. Her veneers is too big. It's too big. Veneers need to look a bit realistic. It needs to look a bit like your own natural teeth. She's a gorgeous woman, but those veneers were big. They are too big. It has overtaken her mouth. And then we have Georgia. Georgia, we know that she had a lot of work on her face. Botox, you name it. Botox, lip fillers, and all that. With that type of face, you need light makeup. You need minimum makeup. Very light makeup so that it doesn't stand out. Why are the eyebrows so thick? Why is the eyeshadow so harsh? The makeup is so harsh. So Georgia, oh god, that one was just crazy. Hong Kong, bad makeup. Beautiful woman, but bad makeup. Same goes for same goes for Iceland. Iceland with the bronze on the face. I think because they probably use almost the same makeup on all these girls, and the bronze on her skin, it just wasn't giving. It made it look too harsh. And North Macedonia, oh bless that lady, that woman always looks so clueless and confused whenever she's on the stage. I think that's how her face is. Whenever she comes, it's like, somebody's threatening her from the side, and they say, listen, you better walk on this show, you better walk or else, because she just looks scared, confused. When it's not the first time I've seen it with North Macedonia. Oh my god. No energy. She's just looking like so confused. Oh, and Sweden. Gosh, Sweden. Sweden is such a lovely person. I don't know who keeps doing her makeup like that. Seriously. Oh, God. Now, let's get to the top 20. Whoo, the top 20. And they had to call out certain things, yeah? For example, prices and all that were won. So they did like the power country, and number one was Philippines. So I was confused because I was like, oh, I thought maybe Colombia was on first place when we saw them during the auction, but this was probably something separately. So she's automatically through to the next round. Then the talent show, it was two countries, Ghana and Japan. Oh my god, I was so happy to hear about Ghana's one. Japan too also did well. All those ladies did well, but Ghana sang her heart out. That woman was a Celine Dion, honey. I wish she could have even performed for one last time, but she really, really sang well. So Ghana, Japan, they've automatically made it through. Yeah. Then we have the the Guatemala, which I knew of. I predicted that one. Dominican Republic, I predicted that one. Czech Republic, I don't think so. I need to check. Czech Republic, Martinique, oh, I was so happy for her. Beautiful Barbie doll. Indonesia too, I predicted that one. I love her. France, yes. Zambia, when they called Zambia, I screamed. I was so happy because you know what, when I said the African countries that had to make it to the top 20, I only said Ghana, Tanzania. I was just only sure of those two. The third person that I really wanted to go to was Zambia, so I was scared for her, but I was glad when they called Zambia. I think she was even shocked herself. Now, the rest of them is Laos, Brazil, Tanzania too, Thailand, Mexico, Venezuela, Belgium, Spain, USA, Ecuador. Now let me tell you something. Look at the blunder that they committed. They called out Paraguay, yeah? So when they called out Paraguay, then Panama was so happy. And I said, oh, are you happy for your girl? And she walked to the front. Everybody was like, huh? Is she okay? And then the presenter said, let me repeat myself. It is Paraguay. So disgraceful. Panama just had to go back to her position. That was such a blunder. And you know what, Miss Angola, she's all of us. Because I'd be like, that's me. That's me. That is me. Oh my God. It was so crazy. That was so disgraceful. So that one had to come out. Now, the people on this list, I think I've predicted half of the people on this list. But for me, there are some people on this list that didn't, well, I won't say that they didn't deserve it. Everybody deserved it. Whoever they call, they call. But I just didn't see it for them, to be in that top 22. I'm not going to lie. I felt that there were other stronger countries. Belgium, I did not see that one coming. I felt they could have picked Netherlands over Belgium. I'm not going to lie. Netherlands performed quite very well through all the stages. She's a good speaker. So I was quite shocked that it even put Netherlands in it. You know, even Italy today did not put Italy in it. Cuba was the one I was shocked about because I thought that Cuba was really going to go through. But Cuba didn't go through. Laos too, I don't even know why she went to that top 20. But you know, there are some countries that, you know, they have close ties with Thailand. So it's like, I don't know, Laos is one of those countries that automatically tags along to that top 20. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. They just were selected. I said, okay, what can I do? Yeah. And then most of the other countries, I agree. USA, funny enough, I predicted it, but USA was not really such of a strong candidate. Yeah, she wasn't such a strong candidate, so I was quite shocked about USA. And yeah, I actually thought that New Zealand was going to go through because Nawat saw the business opportunity, but I kind of get why she didn't. And yeah, oh my god. So do you know what the sad thing is? You see, during that interview, when they did the closed door interview, some of these countries, you know, some of the people who put themselves forward to be translators and all that, especially for Latin America. I think there were 3 of them, you know. I think it was El Salvador, Canada too. She did the French translation. And then, was it Armenia? You know, none of them. Damn, imagine all the people you've helped. And I understand you don't expect things like that. You do it from your heart. But no placement. After I was a translator and they were even vouching for me. Kosovo too, with her beautiful, luscious melons. That girl still didn't go through. Upon all the theatrics and everything, I said, who? Upon all that, even the crazy one too is Sweden. Sweden, upon all the, you know, when they were doing the bidding and she had her whole hometown vote for her, they paid money. They really paid money. They paid money. So I was thinking, oh, Mr. Nawat will be generous to let this girl go through to the top 20. Nope. They said, we go chop your money. We chopped all your money. You ain't going to go to the top 20. I said, damn, egg on your face. Ooh. So those were the countries that were selected. So now let's go to some of the accolades again. Brazil won national costume. I think it is 3 countries that won national costume: Brazil, India, Thailand. Second time in a row that Brazil has won a national costume. They tend to be very creative. India, I mean, I saw it coming. She dedicated that costume to Mr. Nawat. She even had his face and his name on there. Listen, you're going to be hyped up. And then Thailand. Thailand has really won so many prizes during this competition. Palestinian, damn. Upon all the sub stories, upon all her talking along, and this is not me taking away from Palestinian. I really sympathize what's going on there, you know. But when I was advising Palestinian that, listen, girl, don't make don't let this overshadow your personality. It's always the sob stories. And she was talking for so long. Not the first time, not the second time, the third time. She almost made this whole Palestinian case her personality, if that makes sense. And I'm like, listen, you're not going to get sympathy vote for this one. And they still didn't put her through in that top 22. So I wasn't even shocked about that. Okay. So now the ladies, the top 20, each of them have to do their swimsuit round. They just have to walk. And I think all those ladies did well. But for me, my standout during the swimsuit was Czech Republic, Dominican Republic, even though Dominican Republic had a few miss here and there, but she still stood out. Ghana, with her neck halfway. Oh God, she works very well. Ghana, Guatemala, Martinique. Martinique did well. I just wish she would just put a bit more energy. You know, she's so sweet. Tanzania too. Tanzania with those luscious hips. Oh my God. So they were the standouts for me when it came to the swimsuit. Now, this is the confusing part. They have to call out the top 10. And this was quite confusing to me because all of a sudden they decided to bring that popular vote. And that was the one I was talking about, because you remember when they were bidding, I saw that Colombia was on number 1 with that whole popular vote thing. So now they said that we're going to call out the number 10. And they selected Colombia already. But mind you, Colombia didn't place in the top 20. So they put her straight in that top 10. You know, so maybe because popular vote, you eventually still get to that top 10. Yeah, maybe that's how the rules are. You know, because I would have wished that they would have announced it during the top 20 so that it would have been fair, you know. But again, they called her for the top 10. Then they called Czech Republic, Mexico, Venezuela, Guatemala, Thailand, Philippines, Tanzania, and Tanzania was so shocked. Oh God, bless her, she's so humble. Ghana, Spain. So those are our top 10. So after they did everything, introduced the sponsors, and you know, we had our lovely ladies who are former Miss Grand queens. They performed. They did a very amazing job when it came to performing. And so now we had the top 10, you know, and they do it every year with the Stop the War theme. And they play the lovely song from Michael Jackson. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care much for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Sorry about that. I'm looking for an excuse to talk. And I think that everybody did well. But let me tell you, they started with Colombia. Oh my God. Oh my God. Colombia committed a blunder. I'm not sure if she was so nervous, but she was a mess. She's like, and you know, with the children, fuck. She said F-U-C-K. And I said, girl, I understand you're nervous. And she tried to carry on the sentence. I don't even think she could have even carried on the sentence. And even what she was trying to say, it seems like it was just something that was copy-paste. It was formal. It wasn't something that, again, don't judge me. It didn't look like it was something that she said from her heart. It was like, okay, let me just do this research. Over 1,000 people are this and that. It was, you see, if you're nervous, one advice, if you're nervous, you know, take a deeper breath. Talk very slowly. That's what you need to do. You have to be practicing before you do these things. It was a mess. Colombia was the worst in that lineup. Czech Republic, she tried. At least I like that she used an example. You know, she was very confident on how she said it. And to make a long story short, she said that she visited an old lady who actually owned her shop. Everything was nice. Everything was rosy until one day her life got shattered when war started. Everything destroyed and all that. So for her, she's all about let's live in unity and let's live in peace. It was simple, it was very short, and at least she didn't make it look like it was, oh okay, copy paste information you got from the internet. You need to use examples too. So Czech Republic, she did very well. And Ghana said, listen, I have to still show my singing skills. She still sang it. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a better way, so let's start living. She sang it and she said violence is caused by misunderstanding. Music speaks where words fail. It teaches us that we are one. Very simple, very short, very powerful. And she also sang. The presentation for that is on A1. Even though me, I have like over 1,000 answers when it comes to stop the war. But listen, you have to keep it simple. So she did. Mwah. Now, Guatemala said that she, as a journalist, she's tired of stories being stories, whereas issues keep happening in the background. Every second, things are happening. For her, she wants to educate people. She wants to turn enemies into friends. She is promoting peace and unity. So I said, okay, Guatemala's one was also good. Mexico. So Mexico was highlighting issues in her country, violence and all that stuff. She wants to use herself as an example to promote peace and to end the violence and all that stuff. I say, okay, fair enough. Philippines too is also a journalist. That's why she's such a good speaker. That's why Philippines is such a, you can just feel the media and communication background in her. She's such a good speaker. And you know, Philippines had to speak with emotion. Some people might think that's dramatic. Some people might think it's theatrical. But I felt that, listen, she did well. If you have to speak about these things, you need to speak with emotions, you know. And so Philippines calls out the corruption in her country. She is fed up of this. She's fed up of lives being lost in Philippines due to consistent earthquakes and typhoons, yeah, and displacement and everything. For her, peace begins at home. Have love, have empathy, stop being selfish. She is tired of this and she wants to do something about it. And I say, okay, Philippine, you're not joking, no. It's strong. Now, we have Spain. Spain, she's all about education. She's all about promoting mental health. Peace should be a choice we make. That was her. And I can tell that Spain, she probably works in the mental health field because she spoke about this actually twice. So I thought that was very fair. Tanzania's one too was also very strong. So for her, she says that she represents a nation of 100 tribes. You know, like just like in Africa, each country, we have multiple tribes. That's how we do, you know, we are very, very versatile. But she said that they've been fortunate that they've never experienced civil war. Tanzania is an example of peace. And for them, they were taught from a young age that your neighbor is your safety, and just basically treat your neighbor as your own. Live in unity. No child should hear the sound of a nuclear bomb before laughter. The change comes from us, you know. So I thought, okay, that was a very, very fair thing, you know. This is something that needs to be instilled from when you're young. So I thought it was a good answer. And I think, yeah, Thailand too also had a good answer and all that stuff. Yeah, so Thailand said love has no winner. You know how dramatic Miss Thailand was. And then Venezuela to love, compassion, raise future generation, all that stuff, yeah. You know, I think everybody's answer was good. For me, Colombia was just the worst. You know, and also about the stop the war thing. For me, what I would have said is that, you know, selfishness should be put aside. Yes, we can teach about empathy. Yes, we can teach about love. But at the end of the day, everybody sometimes is thinking about their own interest. It goes deeper than that. Let's just be honest. You know, when countries are fighting each other for war, it's for interest that they want. Yeah? Instead of working together. Instead of coming together, work together so that we can benefit ourselves, we make enemies out of ourselves. We become so selfish and we become so either power hungry, money hungry, and we look for ways to cut corners. If I have to go deep into the political one, it's never going to end. So now we got a montage of CJ, because CJ kind of has to say goodbye to her reign, and she was very emotional, very sad. She looked like a Cinderella, very beautiful. And she said, CJ said, listen, I was receiving insults. I was receiving this. Even though I was the first runner-up, I had patience. This came to me. Miss Grant gave me the opportunity, all that. And I'm not sure if this was a little shade to Rachel. I'm not sure if this was a little the shade to Rachel, the winner from last year. But CJ said, a true queen stands and accepts the challenge. I said, ooh. A true queen stands and accepts the challenge. They don't run away and they don't chicken out. I may be wrong, but I said, Rachel, you gave up too easily. You didn't fulfill your contract. Anyway, for the rest, they had other things like Best National Director, Dominican Republic, Myanmar, India. Now, what makes a Best National Director? Can I ask that question? What makes a Best National Director? I'm not trying to be ignorant, but what makes a Best National Director? Is it who pumps the most money in? India has just been in this competition. India, because they just changed the national director. It's new. I think they've been there for 9 months now, 8, because of Rachel's video. What made them Best National Director? What should you do? Is it who pumps the most money? Or is it who's... I just want to know. So let me judge the evening gown. First off is Czech Republic. I think this looks cute. It just looks a bit more like a belly dancer. It looks a bit like a belly dancer. But now she looks good. She looks like $1 million baby. But I'll just give this one a 7 from Czech Republic. She still looks stunning. I love the accessory, the hair. Ghana's one is... I can't whistle that well. Mwah! Ghana's one is... Mwah! It looks stunning. It looks nice. I love the color blend. I love the white silver blending with the black. I love the feathers. She looks like a true queen. Oh my God. Ghana has been giving it in those gowns. I love it. I love it. I'll give this one a 10. I love Ghana's one, a 10. Then we have Guatemala. Guatemala always comes after Ghana. Guatemala's one is cute. You know, I like the silhouette in it. I love the green, the gold. It's not hey for me, but it's beautiful. It's very sexy. You know, and actually it looks like it represents Guatemala. Green, forest, you know, gold, resources. I actually love it, but I'll give it an 8. And then we have, who is this? Then we have Mexico, I believe. Mexico looks good. She looks good with the whole white thing. It's very sexy. It's very sleek. Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. I like it. I like it. I'll give that one a 9. I'll give it a 9. Then we have the Philippines. Yeah, maybe that was not even... Is that nice? Anyway, we have the Philippines. Love this orange golden dress. Love it. It doesn't really look nice from afar, but from close up, you see the detail. I like this dress much more better than the preliminary dress that Miss Philippines had on. But it's nice. It's beautiful with the feathers. The feathers might be a lot, but I actually like it because it's something different. You don't see this type of thing very often. So I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9. And Spain one is also my favorite. I loved Spain one. I love the crystal and everything. Spain gets a 9. Tanzania. Oh, Tanzania. Tanzania. And y'all know that Tanzania, I've been a fan of her. I love Tanzania. Oh my God. But Tanzania... The dress isn't bad. I just wasn't feeling the dress. You know, I wasn't feeling the dress. And I love Tanzania. I feel maybe the black feathers didn't need to come with this. And I think this dress would have been nice if it was a long sleeve. And even though her hair, amazing, stunning, I would have wished that her hair would have just come there. Because certain styles of dresses, the hair just needs to be in a ponytail. You know, but she looks stunning regardless. It's just this dress. I wasn't such a fan of this dress. I'm not going to lie. I think especially the black feathers was not needed with this one. And I love Tanzania, to be honest. But this dress, I have to give it a 6. I'm so sorry. Thailand's dress is quite unique. You're looking like Snow Ice Queen with the feathers. She looks stunning. I will say she looks stunning. I'll give this dress a 9 because it's unique. It's not something you see frequently. It's quite different. Then we have Venezuela. Venezuela looks nice. Venezuela looks so elegant and classy. She likes elegant and classy looks. I like this. She looks like the first lady. She looks very rich. She looks like the first lady, the president's wife. That's how she looks like. I love this dress from Venezuela. So she gets a 9. Yeah, she gets a 9. I love it. Yeah, so for my favorites in these ones specifically was Ghana, Colombia. I hope I put Colombia there. Yeah, so Ghana, Colombia, Philippines dress, Spain dress. Those were really my standout. Even the Thailand too. But yeah. Now it's time to announce the top 5. We're almost getting to the end. And the top 5 is Ghana, which I expected, Venezuela. So Ghana, Venezuela, Thailand, Spain, Philippines. Okay. I mean, Colombia, we expected that she wasn't going to make it through that top 5 because of that blunder. I was surprised about Czech Republic, but I guess, you know, Ghana, you know, the top 5, I was being realistic. I said I wanted really Ghana and Tanzania to make it to that top 5, but listen, we know how it is. They can only make space for one African girl. Even, I have to be fair, South America too, it's only one space. That was Venezuela. And then Spain, one space, Europe. And then we have 2 Asian countries in that top 5. So I kind of saw it coming, you know. So this was our top 5. Anyway, it's still a well-deserved top 5. And now, the question. Let me even see, because I think I took a screenshot from this question.
Scammers are an online threat, a form of warfare often tied to human trafficking that has global consequences. Countries such as South Korea and USA have launched severe crackdowns. What penalties?
So after our top 5 selections, we finally have the final Q&A, and where it asks, scammers are an online threat of warfare often tied to human trafficking that has global consequences. Countries such as South Korea and USA have launched severe crackdowns. What penalties do you think may help dismantle these operations? And Ghana was first. Ghana actually said online scamming is dangerous, you know, and it causes an issue in society. You know, teach technology. So her aim is to teach technological advocacy, use it for good and not for bad. So she highlighted the impact that Miss Grand Ghana, she and her organization Miss Grand Ghana, is doing to empower girls in Ghana when it comes to tech, you know, enrolling them in courses and all that stuff, just providing a job, you know, proper online jobs for them. So that was the answer. My opinion is that answer was underwhelming. I love Ghana, but I have to be unbiased. It's an underwhelming thing. Now scamming, I know scamming causes it covers everything. It's not only online scamming, yeah. And also the thing is the solution and the penalty. That's what she should have answered. Yes, we know that online scamming is dangerous. They were talking about scamming as a whole in general. And then also what I was getting from her answer is that the Miss Grand Ghana team, they're enrolling these girls in, you know, in online courses for them to get good jobs, you know, legit jobs, legit online jobs. Because it's making it look like, okay, if we weren't teaching them, then those girls would rather be tempted to be tempted in being online scammers. You know, I would have just put it like this. I would have said that we train, whether it's true or not, we train cybersecurity. We give these courses and we empower the youth. You know, I won't even say specifically girls, even though it's girls, but I'll say we empower the youth in Ghana, where we teach cybersecurity and we also teach other online courses. The cybersecurity helps because we need to find ways to prevent it so that you don't fall victim in these cases. So we train cybersecurity, and so that they can also empower the rest. That's what we train, you know. And also, second of all, I would work with other organizations, or even we will try to advocate the government. We will work with the government, how we can work on stricter sentences, how we can investigate them, and also the type of punishments that we could give, so that an example could be made out of them, so that other people would not fall for this, you know, so that other people will not be influenced for this. Yeah, so that's what I would have said. So her answer was quite underwhelming. I love Ghana, but that's what I did. So now Venezuela came. Venezuela said every day we wake up, we work for our dreams. That's true. And family. We work very hard, but we don't deserve our hard-earned money to just be taken away like that. That's something that has been very, very traumatizing, our assets and everything. And so she said that the penalty is that they should return each and every penny, and they should be that they should go to prison. But I think she said mostly like return every penny. And I wanted to say, listen, Venezuela, that's all nice and fine, but most of these scammers, how much are we able to recover? Most of them have already spent the money. Some have put it in an offshore account. You know, we wish that they could give it, but some have spent the money. So I would focus more on the harsher penalty. Sometimes it is what it is. We need to look for prevention. Now, Thailand, her answer was quite controversial. She said that the scammers deserve the buy penalty. They deserve the deleting penalty. And I said... She is controversial, but you know what? I don't blame her. You know, as cruel as it sounds, sometimes I think in this world we're being too nice, you know, and these people get away with it. Do you know the impact that it makes on somebody that has been scammed psychologically, mentally? Some people cannot even recover from them. Some people have even deleted themselves. You know, and you sleep well at night. How do you sleep well at night? And she said each money needs to be returned to the family and the victim, and this world will be a better place. I said, okay, Thailand. At least she answered what was needed to ask. Spain said that, and here I come again, because she was advocating mental health, but she said she's actually gave the realistic answer, if that made sense. You know, she wants to offer mental health support to victims who have suffered from this trauma, losing everything. She didn't speak about the penalty side. I wish she would speak about it, but anyway, she spoke about, you know, the comfort, because, you know, we also need to think about what they've gone through. So her answer was realistic. It's just she didn't address the penalty side. Now, Philippines spoke about education. People need to be educated about this, and we need to educate people on not to fall prey for this. You know, there are measures on how to prevent this. You know, any kind of thing. Cybersecurity. I didn't say cybersecurity, but probably as a whole, things, training, so that you don't fall prey to this. And her advocacy is that we go to the government and impose stricter rules, you know, when it comes to the penalty that these people deserve, because sometimes the judgment, let's say the prosecution, it's not harsh enough, and they do need to face it. So I liked Philippines' answer because she was talking about preventing it, and she was also talking about the penalty. You know, it's nice that, yes, we wish to recover, but prevention is better than cure. We should not fall prey for these type of things. And yeah, and all those things. So yeah, those are all the answers. And now let's get to everything. Whew. Fourth runner-up is Venezuela. Third runner-up is Ghana. I say, whew. Second runner-up is España, Spain. First runner-up is Thailand, and the winner is Philippines. Congratulations, Philippines. You did very well. I called you for my top 20, probably even for my top 10. I just didn't know that Philippines was going to win. But the answer, if I have to be fair, she gave the best answer in the Q&A. You know, I was really rooting for Ghana to win, because I'm like, gosh, you know, Miss Grant, we really need an African winner. But, you know, I was being realistic. Ghana probably would have placed probably a bit higher if she gave a better answer. But she still did us proud, you know. It's the first time that Ghana, because I'm from Ghana, it's the first time that we've ever placed in the top 5. You know, that we ever placed in even that we placed this far. You know, so she did very proud. She served us looks. She did everything, and so many things. So the winner, Philippines, congratulations. You did very well. Dramatic Thailand was first runner-up. I'm not going to lie. I thought they were going to give it to Thailand. But Thailand was one hell of a dramatic. She needs to be an actress. Because she has personality. But yeah, everybody did well, and congratulations. This is the end of Miss Grand. I'll probably be posting some things like after. They'll probably do their press tour, everything. And they crowned the 5th runner-ups, which was the last people from the top 10, and Tanzania too was also in it. So also congratulations to Tanzania, they've made it this far already. So yeah, guys, tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think about this. It's a long time I said maligayang pangdating in Filipino. Yeah, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you, bye.